Hello everyone. So continuing to the today's editorial about the 7 Jan 2025, covering to the front page. Today the slides are more that I have added almost the every aspect that is I found it important. First, from starting from the front page. Second one is about the Tamil Nadu's government. Third one is about covering the health news. Fourth one is about the short editorials that covering the last 2 days. One editorial: UGC revised guidelines, uh, a comparison of the data, showing through the data about the changing winds of Dalits, caste census of Bihar, two shorts news, and the last one is sports. So let's start from the front row. So it's a uh, 9 killed in IED blast by suspected mayors in Bizapur. IED is improvisal explosive device. Basically, the bomb that is used for the harming, uh, and you can call that handmade, like homemade bombs. That in Bizapur, 8 of the dead were security personals returning from anti-news operation in Abu's Mud forest. Civilian driver was also killed. So there was a the decreased personnel were members of a district reserve guard DRG and the Bastar fighters. Specialized forces of Chhattisgarh force raises the combat left wing extremism in Bastar region. Already we have read about the Bastar areas, that is in Naxalism area, where the short anti-Maoists were the Maoists were sleeve and they do the uh, terrorism attacks. Basically, that was the Naxalites areas. So it was controlled by the Chhattisgarh police, raised the combat of left wing extremism in Bastar region, and uh, there was a dismantled bodies, equipment strewn all around, and the trees of 50 feet above the ground. Jawans was found on the branches of tree 50 feet above the grounds. So it was first news was covered. Second one is about uh, the main accused in the Buster journalist murder case. The fourth case, which came after the arrest of Suresh three brothers, because basically it is about the journalist Mukesh Chandrakar has been arrested. The Chhattisgarh police said Suresh Chandrakar, a construction contractor who is a prime accused of murder of Bastar based journalist Mukesh Chandrakar. So it is a fourth day of arrest of the case of Suresh, has been evading the murder that was held in Hyderabad of General Police Bastar Raj Sundaras, and the brothers were Ritesh Chandrakar and supervisor Mahendra Ramtek. It's about so that this report was aired on NDTV, and the freelance for the which Mukesh worked as a freelancer journalist beside running the YouTube channel Bastar Junction that has 1.59 lakh subscribers at the time of his death. So next, not so much important, but just covering the front row. So now moving to the front row news that was covered in the 2 pages. Tamil Nadu governor walks out of assembly and alleges the insult to the national anthem. Tamil Nadu Governor R.N. Ravi. R.N. Ravi walked out of Legislative Assembly uh, without reading out the customary address for first session of New Year. It's about the governor that had left the house in the deep distinguished constitution of the Bharat, and national anthem was once insulted in assembly. Their Tamil national anthem is Thai Vantujan state anthem, that basically state anthem which was sung. Governor respectively reminded the house of its constitution duty for prevently appeal to the honorable chief minister, who is the leader of house, and honorable first speaker for singing national anthem. However, they constantly refuse. It is a matter of grave concern to be party for such a brazen display. So it is found that the Tamil Nadu governor insult to the national anthem and alleges to the walks out of assembly, and it is insult to the national anthem, decoding the national anthem controversies. Here it is in the full detail of the editorial covering. 6 January, the Tamil Nadu governor R.N. Ravi left, delivering the customary address of opening day national anthem, which was not played before his scheduled address. So last year too, he had refused to read out this address. What did the Tamil Nadu Raj Bhavan say? That he alleged that the constitution of Bharat and national anthem was once again insulted in Tamil Nadu assembly. Fundamental duties were inserted, and constitution, that was state constitution, national anthem, governor left the house. What is the practice basically in Tamil Nadu? That as per convention, the state anthem, Tamil Nadu, the Vajdu, is played at the beginning of governor address. So the national anthem is played at the end of address. So the practice of playing state anthem at the commencement of the governor address and the national anthem at the end of Tamil Nadu assembly was introduced in July 1991. When All India Dravid Munira Kajam AIDMQ government led by Jayalalitha was power. At the time, Bhisma Narayan was the governor. Prior to the governor entered the house to deliver an address and leave. What is the practice of other state? Each house follows its own convention. Like in Nagaland, the national decades, it was played for first time in February 21 when R.N. Ravi was the governor. The national anthem was played for the first time in Tripura assembly. What is the practice? The president address is delivered when the president reaches his seat. Because basically it's about that every state follows their own aspects about ending with their state anthem, beginning with the national anthem. Somewhere there is only a playing of national anthem. So it's just about the lifting out the house of state assembly. It was a insult to the national anthem. This controversy is lying in the whole news. Tamil Nadu punishment can impose if it isn't played at all official. In 2019, Prime Minister, Tamil Nadu Governor and Chief Minister participated in the function of Madurai Ames building. The national the Tamil Thai. But in the whole news, I just found one thing important, that the state anthem Thai Bajantu, governor names, chief ministers. When was it was added by the party AIMDK, AIDMK, this All India Another Vida Munira Kajam, in year. What was the order issued by the Minister of Home Affairs says? And basically it's cover all. So next, moving to the most important news, I've already covered in the previous two tutorials about the HMV infections in the detail, because these the both news are in the continuous phase. So I added again about the HMV infections. It was covering in the first phase and then again in the last phase. So I added question, there is a major chances that it can be asked, because what is current affair? It's a continuous question, things that happening in the newspaper, and it will be asked about the one specific things in the between the series. So just about human HMV, human metapneumovirus has been circulated globally. When the health minister said, the Indian health minister JP Nadda in video stated that the health expert have clarified HMV is not a new virus. It was already identified in 2001. So it has been circulating in the world for many years. HMV spread through the air, ways of respirations. This can affect the person of all age group. Basically, but more is riskier to the children's and mothers. So you have to just take a prevention. Always carry a mask. Basically, the rules and protocols that we followed in the during the COVID pandemic. So there was a surveillance of network country that are vigilant. There is no reason to worry, he said. But it is not so. It was not so much dangerous and alarming. But you have to stay aware about it. The ministry said that India's Council for Medical Research ICMR and granted disease IDSP that indicated that no unusual surge in the influence of the illness, severe acute respiratory illness in India. In social media, such as Swami, the former chief scientist, who said HMV was not cause for panic. It is known for a virus that causes a respiratory infection, mostly mild. So it is normal precautions. We just have to take precautions like whenever we have a cold, wear a mask, wash hands, avoid crowd, consult doctor if severe symptoms were occur. And was a, what is it is a basic detail about human, what is the treatments, symptoms, preventions, what are the, how it is treated. So it was China's it's unknown, is unknown pathogen a reason for a concern. So the China's disease control authority said that it was a plotting monitoring system for the pneumonia or unknown origin. The country was already witnessing upward trend in respiratory infection in the winter and spring. One of the pathogen that was deleted especially among the people the age of 14. Means basically the especially it was detected among the age of 14 was human metapneumonia virus subsequently post there basically I think 3 cases are found of HMP in India, but they are not traveling in China anything, but the person whom they contacted maybe they are infected from that reason. So HMP human immunovirus virus is that causes a mild infection. First identified 2001. Both the repeated lines. It generally causes it is belongs to the which family is pneumoviridae. Pneumoviridae family of respiratory syncytial virus. Respiratory syncytial virus, RSV. Measles, mumps are also member. HMV can cause both upper tract respiratory infections and lower tract both. Okay, so it is generally generally seen in winter. Basically this time winter and early springs, and children and elderly, those with the weakened immune system, are most susceptible to infections developing complication from it. Like I am not suffering from it, I am just a common cold. So the symptoms of HMV resemble to the so the like those causes common cold. They include cough, runny nose, blocked nose, sore throat, liver, wheezing. The estimated incubation period is 3 to 6 days. People illness goes away from incubation period is basically used for the symptoms that is appeared, and after the beginning of symptoms to the symptoms that arise in, means that will show their property, that is incubation period. The estimated incubation period is 3 to 6 days. In most of the people, the illness goes away in its own few days, and after rest, however, the complications such as bronchitis, pneumonia may arise, requiring medical care. How HMV is spread? Basically, it's spread through the contact with infected person, touching objects, viruses on them. This can be through the secretion from coughs, sneezes, close contact with someone who has infection, shaking hands, hugging, touching, doorknob. How HMV is treated? There is no vaccine. There is no vaccine and no specific antiviral to treat HMV. Most people require over-counter medications, relief pain. Possibly, antibiotic will not work for HMV. However, the virus can be prevented as the most of respiratory, because this is a virus disease, so there is no antiviral drugs that will be work. So we have to. So it's better to take up preventive care. Make your immune system more strong, eating more vitamin C, fruits that boost your immune system. Now moving to the next topic is down but not out. India lost basically the BGT trophy was lost by the Indian team, and basically the main series was the Jasprit Bumrah was not. So a decade of long dominance, the BGT trophy, the second biggest silverware in the terms of viewership, India has been preserved since 2015, and after that India claimed the trophy is basically held after the 10 years, means 2025 India was securing till the 2025, but this 2025 India lost it. So the winning streak ended, and the fifth test concluded at the Sydney with the Pat Cummins seizing the series with 3-1. This was a series where the batters played the rises where Jasprit Bumrah most dominant one. We've already, I think, um, I was told about that in yesterday sports editorial series about this. The transition is upon the Indian Test unit, failing officially Ajinkya Rahane lost, where the is Rohit Sharma score is 3-6-10, 3-9. Yashasvi Jaiswal runs. Uh, KL Rahul shows the initial consistency in newcomer Tishana 100 at Melbourne. That was not enough to. India lost due to the batting in middle order. Found a second win through Steven Smith, Travis Head, and Manus Bushkane and Mohammad Siraj toiled hard, but beyond him, Bumrah did not have much support. And this was the controversial grievances about creating an unsavory rose has become an annual habit with Tamil Nadu government. It was about the Tamil Nadu Legislative Assembly by the governor in the beginning of New Year that it was not the basically covering the front and front both the newses about the controversial grievances. Unusual role by Tamil Nadu governor, not worthy that he was without reading the address claiming that the national anthem was not a national anthem was not a played prior to the delivery of his speech. The state government maintains the practice assembly and governor's speech. Mr. Ravi has to bear much blame for flagrant politician practice followed the assembly. It is noteworthy that there was a recent round of gubernatorial changes. A new appointment of notable Arif Mohammed, governor of Bihar, was appointment 2-3 days earlier. Governor of Bihar from transfer flesh of Kerala government was shifted to Bihar, while the Manipur Mizoram got a new equipment in Raj Bhavan, however, has rendered the uneatable long periods of 5 years, and there is no leeway, and the governor used their positions to undermine the regimes led by political advisory, and those power at differences can create elected regime. Yes. So now one editorial about the enhancing the digital way. So in the recent years, India has embarked on an ambitious journey toward a digital governance, a transformation designed not only improve the citizen but also bolster the capabilities of government employees. As its core, the governance is complex wave of decision making processes that involve the stakeholders from government bodies, non-government organizations to local community leaders, influential citizens. Chanakya governance principle have left a lasting impact in particularly South Asia, shaping the Arthasastra insight into statecraft, economic policy, ethical leadership continuing to the strategy. In this context, building the capacity of participants to integrate the digital tools to become essential, reimaging the governance at every level. How the how in the digital way the governance is enhancing, how the digital governance represents the paradigm shift in the government employees and uh, associated services provided intermediates such as contractors should engage their work decision making streamlined workflow. So much skill set for those governing roles become adapt to and navigating digital platforms paramount world that is increasing technology driven initiative of IOGOT Karmyogi platform have taken the center stage. Launched in 2020, uh, online portal aims to equipment of official with essential skill in data analytics, public administration, and digital technology. How Karmyogi app uh, is using in public administration, governmental officials, analytics, essential skill technologies, equally transferred as e-office initiative, e-office. E-office, e-marketplace, the the platforms like government e-marketplace, by automating filing the grievances, readdresses, the promotes the real-time communication. 1 minute, just take me a sip of water. So there is essential tool of governance: e-governance, cyber security, digital communication, cyber security, e-governance. How it is changes the lie in our head in digital governance journey. So how the digital uh, empowerment taking the forward way is, despite initiating the hurdles could remind the progresses, like the segments of workforce presented a tangible challenge, bureaucratic structures slow to adapt, varying the level of enthusiasm, readiness, new technologies, and how the it created a hurdle like readiness among employees, quickly embrace the new technology. Other benefits from extra training to support effectively navigate the digital landscape. The lack of initiative raises the concern that government initiatives such as IGOT, Karmyogi platform could become merely a attendance tracker. The true success should not be measured to participation number of alone, but by the platform ability to deliver the real value employees. So additionally, digital divide is a pressing issue, especially in the rural areas. Access to high-speed internet, but sometimes somewhere the digital governance uh, is dividing a pressing issue, especially like in rural areas where access of high-speed internet, digital tools can be limited. Without addressing the disparity, we leaving many employees as extensions, many citizens behind the increasing digital board. Cybersecurity also looms a large concerns in the digital governance, protective and cyber attacks like Operation in Shift, online shift, cybersecurity protocols critical to the fortified digital governance. So basically, it is a digital tool necessitate the ongoing training, upskilling the opportunities to ensure the employments, and remain capable and confident in their role. A perspective is that the digital government's initiative have laid the strong foundation, but remain harnessed to the potential digital transformation. The workforce in India set a global benchmark in digital governance. Background rank, locations equipped in Excel digital age that is accountable, transparent, and exclusive to all. So how digitally the governance is enhancing in their better way. Now moving to the UGC revises guidelines for appointment of VCS, Vice Chancellors. The draft has given the Chancellor or visitors to constitute a three-member panel to appoint the VCS. Commissions are given three stakeholders to offer the government of draft. Basically, the UGC grant Commission has revised the selection process of Vice Chancellors. Vice Chancellors, according to the draft of UGC, minimum qualification for appointment and promotion of teachers and academic staffs in universities and colleges for maintenance of standard of higher education in 2025, released by Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan. Clearing the ambiguity, UGC has given the power to constitute the three-member search cum select committee to appoint the vice chancellor. Non-implementation of guidelines varying the institutions, degree programs, draft says. So it has given a 30 days for stakeholder and public to comments on the draft. So the government in the several non-BJP ruled states such as Tamil Nadu, West Bengal, Karnataka, where the conflicts, governor and also chancellors have over appointment, vice chancellors so far, the vice chancellors, and if the governor, if they had such communities for process. So the selection of vice chancellor post shall be newspaper advertisement, public notifications, talent search process, come selection committee, the draft regulations say. A nominee will be the chairperson of search cum selection committee, a nominee of chairman. Basically these are the criteria of the vice chancellor, the nominee of chairman UGC, a nominee of apex body. It is the apex body of the UGC such as syndicate, senate, executive council, board of management, equivalent body of university will be member committee. The state cabinet used the recommendation of chancellor to nominate for this committee. Releasing the draft, Mr. Pradhan said that guidelines, inclusive flexibility, and the impact of higher education, academic strength, standards pave way. Explaining the UGC chairman Jagdish Kumar as individually could qualify for faculty position as based on their performances. So there is a subject of their choice in UGC. Also, there is a subject of PhD degrees proceed diaries allowed to display the professional commands and flexibility to move the rigid subjects the bottom of applicants. So, so draft has given a power to Chancellor visit to constitute the 3-member panel to appoint the VCS commissions. So moving to the next, the caste census of Bihar. Let's move to the, this is important also for the state PCS and the mains writing. If you are if the topic is given about the caste census. So in India, the caste census has extensively studied both historically and academically, while the caste colonial authority studies the caste for their caste case of administration. Post independence, the caste become a central to affirmative actions. Despite the breadth, the research has backed with significant gap, highlighting the needs of caste based census to better address the caste based disparity. Why a caste based census? Basically, the three broad administration categories devised for affirmative action is scheduled caste. So I am categorizing it through a table. It's SC, ST, OBC. Caste census, the three broad administration categorizes devised for affirmative action is SC, ST, and OBC. A group of magnitude that diverse created a generalized classification, okay, on the basis of economic backwardness, social backwardness, like untouchability. ST, on the basis of geographical location backwardness. OBCs neither on geographical nor on the social, but it's categorized as other backward reasons. Okay, so while the people for ST, those who have, why basically these are written here, that face untouchability, the people who are from ST, their social and economic backwardness, and OBCs, that community that outside these categories classified general category, and the person that is outside these categories are general. So let me open that editorial for the detailed analysis, so that we give the data and able to determine it. I have highlighted the main points, so it will not create a messy here in this newspaper. So communities, so in general contest, let me add one page. In the contest where concerns persist, certain castes may dominate and monopolize the benefits. Whether Christopher and Jed Giuliometto and Himanshu through their articles Caste and Socio-Economic Inequality in Bihar, a discrete analysis in 2000. A discrete analysis of 2023 census. 2023 census is that the initiative by the state, similar to the recent efforts taken by Karnataka and other regions, a caste census is vital for backward caste politics. As it enabled to the accurate identification of OBC, many whom lack variable data for inclusion. It also supported demand to reset the Supreme Court at 27% reservation cap, reflecting the demographic share. Finally, it prevents the misuse of benefits by revealing intra-community disparities. Now let's going through the caste history of Bihar. So the socio-political landscape of Bihar has deeply influenced by caste dynamics. From the colonial era, regimental assessment to identify the criminal tribes, the caste data has integral to administrative and political strategies. It was affirmative action through the article Article 16 4 and 340 recognizing the socio-economic backwardness and certain group. Article 16 and 340, the socio-economic backwardness. However, this classification often based on expert assessment. Since 1950, the caste-based politics has shaped the Bihar socio-politics, which OBCs under the leaders of like Lalu Prasad Yadav and Janata Dal JD of Lalu Prasad Yadav of JDU and Lok Janshakti Party LGP, while the Nitish Kumar 2007 Mahadalit mission stratified SCs. While repeated calls for national caste census did not materialize, Bihar went ahead conducting own in 2020, addressing the data gaps and highlighting the socio-economic disparities within the caste categories. So the methodology was regarding to collect the caste, gender and religion data in two phases: house listing 2023 and socio-economic data collection in mid-year. After the using the predefined list, 215 communities of the census categorized as SC, ST and OBC, and most backward classes MBC, most backward class. Forward caste, a separate other reported caste is ORC group. So over 98% population falls into backward classes, BCs. Okay, GCs, general categories, MBCs, most backward classes. Let's move into the article. So here is MBCs, forward classes, separate other reported castes, ORC group, and 40 Yadavs are largest group at 14.3% respectively, followed by Dushats, Chamars and other significant. So despite dominant group, the population is highly fragmented. The 10 most prominent castes comprising less than half of total population. The fractionalization index is 0.96. 0.96 highlights extreme diversity, exceeding even in ethnic diversity countries like China and US. To analyze the socio-economy, there lies focus on 78 largest communities, where 98.2% Bihar populations. Census include key indicators such as, what are the key indicators? Key indicators are age, land, ownership and regional breakdowns. So the disparities in income and education, author explains that the Bihar castes clusters GC, OBCs, BC, SC, STs reveal a stark socio-economic disparities. ORC and GCs led in income and education, while Dalits, particularly Musahars, Bhuiyas, fared the worst. Over 40% SC and STs household earns 6,000 per month. 6,000 per month, and while 12% ORC earned 8,000 per month, 50,000 per month, while Dalits income average is 8,000 per month. Here the data is mentioned. I'm not writing it because already the data it will taking too much time, and I have to cover other also. And 39,000 for Kayasth, So educational disparities mirrors income trends. Dalit have less than 3.5% higher education attainment. Here it is. um, Education comprised 70% among GC. Musahs and Buyas average less than 4 years of schooling. Caste average 10.7 years. Polynomial regression of 0.90. In the clusters, socioeconomic inequalities in Bihar uh, is better. BCs generally perform better than MBCs, but the MBCs groups like Dangis, Halwais generally perform better than MBC, but most MBCs group like Dangis, Halwais surpass many BCs. Yadav, Bihar largest caste, aligning with regional averages, exceeds 40% are poor, 6% are highly educated. Muslims groups like Pathan and Sheikh face the challenges to BC. These finding the underscore that broad administrative categories fall capture the realities of caste-based inequalities. So the employment data reveal the glaring inter-caste disparity. GC dominate both public and private sector. And Bhuyas and Musahars are largely confined to manual labor, although the reservation narrow disparities. So the detailed look of the Bihar, highlighting the author's deep-rooted socio-economic inequalities in the states, while higher caste benefit from better income and education. Basically, the higher caste have better education, better income. So if they have a better education, they have better incomes, while the marginalized group like Musahars, Bhuyas remain excluded. Bihar caste census is a proof need for detailed caste data by offering, so it can become essential tool for forming the policies disparities foster. So now the editorial is over. Moving to the next one. It's about the no sanction given for the death sentence of the Nimisha Priya, the nurse that was stuck in the Yemen, for the who was given the death sentence, but there is no sanction of given death. So the new development embassy of Yemen in India has announced the chairman of president leader Asif, but leadership council Asad Almay has not ratified the death sentence of Indian nurse Nimisha. So the entire case how the military country handled entire case. Nurse has been approved. While the death sentence for nurse has been approved, Yemeni government emphasizes that the entire case has been handled by the Houthis military, as Dr. Asad Almini leadership councils said that embassy of Yemen declared Monday while responding to report the Kerala media's outlet by Kerala. The statement claims that high level of Iranian officials had declared Tehran would take a Priya case. It was editorial about this nurse was in the yesterday previous 4 days of newspaper that Iran will hold the cases. So basically it was no death sentence. Houthis militant means are organized for Ansar Allah group to control the capital around 70%. And Mrs. Priya was given a death sentence in Sana for the murder of her business partner Talal. So organized along the Ansar group. So moving to the next unit, Trajuku quits as a party chief to continue PM for now, rising the resignation on Monday in the face of discontent over leadership. Finance minister, basically he was Prime Minister Justin Trudeau announced resignations. Party chill to continue PM for now. Until the next election, he cannot be the leader during the next election due to internal battles. So he planned to stay on a prime minister until a new leader of Liberal Party is chosen. Downphase the very important one party I will do the job because of official matter. Parliament has party leadership conditions annuality causes. All the three main opposition parties said the Liberal parties no confidence. So nothing so important. Just I have added because it was. So the sports award. Sports star of the year male award. So here Neeraj Chopra for winning the silver Paris Olympic bagged the 2 Papo at Nuri Games Diamond League final. Mukesh 18 crowned the world championship to candidate the tournament. Nominated for the Khel Ratna award. Player of the tournament for in 50 wickets in 8 games in T20 win. Third most wickets in IPL 2014. Tell me in comments if you are a cricket fan. I also like IPL. I'm waiting for the 2025. Player of the series is BGT with the 32 wickets in 5 matches. 5 matches. He played 5 matches. After that injury occurred, so that he was major missing in the last 3 main events. A major loss to India. Played in series. Sumit Antil defended the Paralympics in the title Paris game, broke the Paralympics twice to include the gold medal, claimed in gold in Paralympic Championship. PJ Suresh clustered the Paris Summer Games, conceded for penalty corner during Olympic campaign, won a 5-year goalkeeper year award. So here the editorial is ending. Concluding to my editorial, I've covered the, just have a recap, just have a small again a revised starting from the front page. First one, front, covering the front row about the Mewasti the Bijapur, main accused in the murder of the Bastar journalist. Second one about the Tamil Nadu governor walkout of the assembly, that insults the delegates, insults to the national anthem, controversies arises. Third one is about the HMP infections that was trending in the news for India. Fourth one about the short corner news down about the India's lost and the Tamil Nadu Legislative Assembly's one digital governance enhancing one editorial for the UGC guidelines changing. Oh, I missed this. Let me. What, I also missed something more. No, I just missed one slide. So okay, I will cover it tomorrow. Today I missed it. I know I've not seen the page. In tomorrow news editorial I will cover this, for promise, for sure I will cover it. So the 8th one is caste censures. 10 is about the short corner news of Tradu and Nimisha Priya nurse, and one the sports events. So thank you so much. I will cover the editorial that is missed out from me to tomorrow. So have a nice day, actually night. Good night. See you tomorrow with the next editorial. Till bye bye.